Hi everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply, and I'm here today to talk to you about resin. We have a couple of different styles of resin available on the website, and they all have different purposes and different uses, so I'm just going to walk through the differences with all of you today. If on the website description or in the title of the listing it says resin charm, it means that it already either has a hole or an eye hook added to it, so it's ready to go to add to a piece of jewelry. If it just says resin without charm after it, that means that if you want to turn that piece of resin into a charm, you'll need to add an eye hook or a hole separately. The description also breaks it down for you, so it'll say exactly what the style of resin is that you're purchasing if you scroll to the product description. So the product, the sunflower resin charm, these have a hole. So for these, all you're doing is adding a jump ring, just like you would on a normal charm, but you're adding it through that hole. So there's already a hole in this piece for you to add a jump ring to. And those say charms. In the description on the website, this will say add a jump ring. So then the coffee bean resin charm, it says charm, so there's already a way to connect it. These have eye hooks, and in the product description it'll say with eye hook right in the description, so you know exactly what style of resin you're getting. And this, you're just adding a jump ring as well. You're just adding it to an eye hook rather than through a hole. Some of the resin just says resin, it doesn't say charm. If you make hair bows to coordinate with your jewelry, which I know a lot of people do, this is great and ready to add to the centers of those bows because there isn't any hole in it. If you are just using your resin for jewelry and you want a hole, you can easily add one. The resin without the eye hook already in it, they're much cheaper. So by adding your own eye pin, you are saving some money there. The versions that already have the eye hook added, there's an additional, charge to have that eye hook put in. So this gives you a little bit more flexibility and is a little bit more economical. We do carry quite a few styles this way. We also carry some ready to go. We normally don't have a choice between whether the resin that we select has an eye hook or not. It's just what the suppliers have. So that's why there's kind of a mix. To add your own eye hook to the resin is super easy though. This is just a little mini drill, micro drill. You can get these on Amazon. They're under $20. I can post a link to the exact one that we use. So they're very inexpensive, and once you have it, you do have that initial cost, but if you're going to be using a lot of resin, over time you're saving money since this kind of resin is cheaper. You're just going to turn that on. There's a little bit in it. And then very carefully, and the other thing, I'll turn this off so you can hear me. The other thing that's really nice is it gives you placement on where that's going to hang. So if you already have an eye hook, coffee beans, it doesn't matter, but you're stuck with how that's going to hang. If you have a piece like this, you can choose if you want it to hang with the berries in the middle, or if you want it to hang at the leaf with the berries to the left or to the right. You have a lot of choice in the placement. I always like to think about how it's going to hang and make sure it's not lopsided. So for example, here it's going to hang like a little uneven. If you see how that would hang like that, you got to think about kind of the weight distribution. This one, it doesn't matter too terribly much, but something like, say, a unicorn, if you put it on the tip by a horn of the unicorn, it's really going to hang with kind of its nose up in the air and the butt down because you've put it at the far end of it. So you want to keep weight distribution in mind when you're selecting your placement. For this one, I'm just going to put it right in between those two berries. So I'm going to turn this back on, and then you're just going to go through and you're going to just drill that hole, and then you're going to take it out, clear it up. My bit came a little bit loose making that hole, so that just means I didn't tighten it down enough. Right in the base of this unit here, the little drill bit here, there's a little keyhole. You've got a bunch of different sizes of bits that come with this too, and I just put the little tightener, official term, tightener, in and give that a good spin. So you know what, I missed that step before. That in, give it a good tighten. Make sure that's not coming out. All right, try that again. So you're gonna turn that on. And you're just gonna grill right down to the center, and that makes a nice clean hole right in the top of that berry. And then you're gonna take an eye pin screw. These are sold separately. You can choose between gold and silver. So this is another nice thing about being able to add them yourself, is it gives you control over the color of the hardware. So I'm gonna take a silver eye pin out. And then you take your eye pin and you're just going to twist it right into that hole that you created. And you're ready to go, and you can add that to a bracelet or a necklace, whatever you choose to do with it. So super easy to add your own eye hooks to the resin pieces that don't have them. We also have some different types of resin that have either a hole or an eye hook already added to them. And you can tell the difference by both the name, whether it says charm or just resin, and then in the description on the website, right in the product description there.